Hi, I'm Haydee Acebo and I live in Reno, Nevada. I've been here for 14 years. I am training to swim across Lake Tahoe and be the first Latina to swim across the 21 miles. And the big day is going to be August 7th, 2021 at 9 p.m. As we know, COVID has affected so many of us, not just locally or nationwide. It's something that has impacted us worldwide. I lost one of my high school friends, very dear friends, through to COVID. And in the same week, I lost two other friends, and I was really devastated emotionally, mentally, as you can imagine, how someone would feel when you lose somebody. So what happened was I decided to do something that would challenge me as well as something that could impact the community and help so many people. And then I took it further and said, well, what if I swim across Lake Tahoe and dedicate each mile to a social cause or a very important reason? That's how this adventure came about. One of the critical parts in my training really has been when my family and I acquired the X200 Endless Pool. So this is back in 2016, where I wanted to train more because I had already been doing competitions in Lake Tahoe. And I didn't necessarily want to go to the pool and share the lanes with somebody else, or having to wait or hear that once I got to the gym, they were like, oh no, sorry, you can't come in because we have all these people. And so that was really putting me back on my training. And so my husband and I decided to get an endless pool, and that was the best decision that I made when I wanted to start training more for my swims. So the way we use it is pretty much for my amusement. We do change the settings to a warmer setting so the family can use it, but it's usually I swim in it. My kids swim in it now that they're older, and my husband swims in it as well. And so it's really neat how we can change the settings. We can swim in it for the week, and then if we want to, we can change the settings so they can use it as a hot tub as well. So it's been really fun on the many ways that we can use the endless pool. It's a critical piece of my training because not every day I can go to the lake, not every day I can go to a public pool. And having my pool next to my house is so accessible. I don't want to drive anywhere. I can just open the door from my house. I am on my bathing suit and I go straight to the pool. And so that's the convenience of having an endless pool next to my house, right on the side yard. But then it's also about being able to change the settings, so pushing myself harder on my trainings. If I want to go slower, then I turn down the settings. But if I want to keep up on the strength training or intervals training, then I can change the settings and make it a stronger current. So it's really been a critical part of my training, and I think it's also one of the main reasons that I'm able to challenge myself to do the swim across the length of Lake Tahoe. I don't think I would be able to say I am going to swim the length of Lake Tahoe if it weren't for all the training that I've done on the X200 Endless Pool. My swimming history is very interesting as well because of all the challenges that I went through and how each challenge actually helped me to be better and being like a compass for everything I do inside and outside of the pool. I started in high school. I was 16 years old, not very much into swimming, but I went to a high school where you were required to be part of a sport. So I chose swimming. But I wasn't great at it, and most of my teammates, they were selected to swim for the state and for the country, and I was not. We had competitions, and I saw how good my teammates were and how much effort they put into all these competitions, and so I wanted to be better as well. And I talked with my coaches, and I asked them to give me feedback, and this is the critical part for me and how everything turned around in my life, because feedback is very hard to accept, right? When they're telling you, hey, you know what, you don't know how to do this well, you really need to practice this. I learned from that stuff and how painful it was, and I took it in a way where it was like, hey, you know what, Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much for helping me grow. And so I trained with different clubs. I trained with my swimming high school team, but then I also trained with a club where I was training more hours. I was training all my techniques. I was lucky enough to move to the US. So moved from Ecuador, went to high school there, moved to the US, and I kept practicing. My community college didn't have a swimming team, and at the time, the university didn't have a team. So I kept following the advice my coaches had given me in Ecuador, and so I kept swimming for clubs. Anybody who could take me, that's where I swam, and I practiced. And I moved from college to university, and I begged them to please take me. And same way, I practiced so much, and they took me in, and I was so fortunate to be part of the first swimming team at Florida International University. And so swimming for me has been that motivation outlet to know that if I take feedback, if I train extra hard and I get support from others, that I can do anything. And I've taken that from outside of the pool to real life and even work, and that's helped me so much.
Hey everyone, Cayman here with the Spa and Sauna Company. Thanks for watching our video. If you want to learn more about Haydee, I've linked her social media accounts in the description below. I highly encourage you to check those out. And just wanted to take time to say thank you. We've recently hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I know in YouTube terms that's just small potatoes, but certainly wanted to take time to say thank you to our subscribers and our viewers. And we'll see you next video.